Good morning, guys, from Lake Havasu City, Arizona. We are here at the backside of Southside Welding. We have an issue on the truck today, and these folks were available and nice enough to squeeze us in. So I'm here by myself because we're pulling double duty. Rebecca went to the laundromat while I'm just gonna be here milling around watching these guys work. But they were nice enough to say we can film a little bit of the process and share it with you. So one important thing is you have to disconnect the batteries. So here on the chassis batteries, the negative has been disconnected, and we are not about to mess up our 300 amp hours of battle-born lithiums. So there are precautions taken here. The negative has been completely disconnected, and just for good measure, I've done a few other things. Like the positive, there's nothing coming into it from there. I flipped the breaker on the solar. I turned off the current coming from the panels. And just for the hell of it, I even flipped that switch, which is kind of like a battery on off. I'm definitely no expert at this stuff, but I do know that you want to just kind of disconnect as much as you can. The cracks are just under the back of the camper here, and they're kind of hard to see. You can kind of see, right there, cracks on the cross member part that goes across for our subframe, and there's a matching crack on the passenger side right up in there. This location down here is not without its obstacles as well, because we have the S-Par, which has two antifreeze coolant lines running to it, a wiring harness, and a diesel fuel line. Well, James is going to be the welder helping us today, and he's going to be cleaning up the cracks, and so you can get a good weld, and just doing whatever we can to support things back there. Who knows, down the line maybe some stuff gets redesigned, but this is the best we can do for now. Well, just to be honest with you, the Fuso camper package as a whole is in pretty rough shape right now. There's a lot of noises, you know, from the leaf springs that we still need to get done. I got to get that S-Par heater part ordered. This weld, you know, once I saw that had to be a priority to get done. But we've just been letting things pile up so that we can go to our friends Russ and Christina and Ramona. They offered to let us work on the truck there, and Russ has a shop, and they even have a motorhome that we can stay in while we're there. How priceless is that? Because a lot of the work that we want to do on the camper, it's going to be a pain in the ass to be living in it and working on it. Okay, they are done. The situation is they welded the crack. Before we go doing any reinforcing, we're gonna just see how that holds. You know, if that does not hold, and I'm now very aware of the situation back here, we will remove boxes and remove more components and kind of, I don't know what the proper word, make some gussets or something to just reinforce that whole section. There's some fresh Rust-Oleum paint on there, but you can see where the work was done, and that's the passenger side, and there's the work on the driver's side. Now it's time to button everything up inside the camper and make sure all systems are functioning. I love our little electronics compartment here, but it is a royal pain in the butt to get to. You know, we just don't have much space to work in here, so you can see where there's like a false floor that I put in, and then we can stack our junk in here. Just a quick thing to make sure systems are functioning. This is the Victron app, and I can tell that the solar is bringing in 1.6 amps. You know, we're totally shaded right now, so just a little blip is getting on it. Bill, thank you so much for getting us in.
You bet.
You know, for the folks that head to Quartzsite or here in the area, this is like a really cool trailer because toy haulers are growing in popularity, and obviously razors are growing in popularity. So this is a trailer that they designed and made that fits in the back of a toy hauler. And it doubles as a trailer. Say you set up a base camp, you disconnect the fifth wheel, you hook it up to your F-250 over there, and you could head off to one of the special off-highway parks. But how it works is disconnect the tongue, it's really light, you bring it into your toy hauler, and then with an electric impact gun, you undo the wheels. This is very slick, Bill. I like it. And it also, check this out, you can adjust it so it chocks the tires on your ATV right from the get-go.
Right, they're set up to each individual ATV's wheelbase. So that way, when you load it, it's really quick and simple, a couple tie downs and you're ready to go.
And what are you going to be offering in Quartzsite? You've been going there for like 17 years.
Right. We typically set up at what they call the Big Tent. It's a Quartzsite RV sports vacation show. And we have all of our products on display there. And we typically do either a discount or a free install depending on the product. So it's a good time to come down and see us and see what we're all about. I
like this, Bill. This solves a problem. And they always say when you're inventing something, you solve a common everyday problem. That's good stuff.
All right.
Thank you so much for getting us in.
All right, thank you.
So these guys have been very generous here for squeezing us in. They charge 1 hour of labor, which is awesome. You know, when you're on the road, you know, I don't have the skill of being a welder. I'd like to, but there's just times when you need to pay somebody who pretty much knows what they're doing and has a skill that you don't have. Okay, electricity's there. Engine starts. We're in business.
Well, I haven't gotten to say good morning to you yet, so good morning from Lake Havasu. I went and did all of our laundry. Am I the only one who really loves to fold laundry? Like, that's why I go do it, because Ben hates it. And they have this big table in there and I could fold everything, make it all nice and neat. So we're all laundried up and gonna take some showers before we head back out to the bash. But thanks for joining us today. Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you're at. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can see what we're up to next, and we'll see you soon.